Well, gentlemen, we are coming close to the release of Kingdom Hearts number 3. With Kingdom Hearts 3 right around the corner, I thought it'd be kind of fun for us to sit down and talk about what Kingdom Hearts means to all of us. Why don't we start off with George? What is your history with Kingdom Hearts, and what's your thoughts on the series as we lead up to the much anticipated Kingdom Hearts 3?
Well, for many a year, I got the first Kingdom Hearts way back when on I think it was PS2, and
Yep.
I played through it a little bit, but I never really latched onto it because if you've ever played the first Kingdom Hearts 1, sometimes you have to double back to areas or things like that to move the plot forward. And so it kind of gummed up the works for me. So I didn't get into it as much. Only until I started hanging out with Will, and Will's like, no, you've really got to give it another chance, did I basically go back to the series. And for about the last month and a half, I have been playing through all the games because... For those of you not aware, they happen to have like 1.5, 2.5 on the PlayStation 4, and they also have like a 2.8 version. And so you can finally get all the games in one fell swoop, which they really needed considering they bounced them over every console they could think of. So finally, I got a chance to sit down and play, and I'm digging it. I basically went from one right into the next. I've very much found the plot line to be intricate. For a while, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it because I was like, well, it's Disney and it's Final Fantasy, and how are they ever going to work together? And no, actually, I think it tells a really complex story. And
you told me once, you told me once a while back, like, even when you didn't get into the first one, and before you met me, apparently you bought the 3DS. I mean, no, you bought 358 over 2 days for the DS.
Oh, yeah.
And that was kind of your jumping in point. It's like,
my second
God.
one. Yeah, it was my second one. Because I'd played the original Kingdom Hearts, but from there, I did own actually Kingdom Hearts 2, or at least a roommate of mine did. So, but I never really played it. No, I just started playing 358 over 2 days, and yeah, all of a sudden it's like, okay, Roxas, who's this? Axel, I don't remember any of these people. What is going on? So that was kind of a little bit of a thing. And, admittedly, I drifted off from 358 over 2 days for the same reason, because I didn't have much of a basis to tie it to anything. So, but now I finally got to play from, the beginning onward. And I gotta say, for every rendition of the game, it's like, okay, you think you know everything, and now we're going to expand it one level out and show you a whole bunch of stuff you didn't know. And we're going to tie it in, which is good, but at the same time, it is making for a pretty complex plot at this point. You really have to pay attention to all the details over all the games to get a fuller picture. But yeah, now I'm pretty much nearing the end of it. I'm playing Dream Drop Distance. I'm most of the way through, so I'm catching up to the end where basically Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be. And now I'm looking forward to it. Now I very much want to play it.
Well, my history with Kingdom Hearts started way back when Will tried to introduce me to the first Kingdom Hearts game. And I couldn't get past the Destiny Islands level.
Well,
I feel better now.
Here's what happened. I remember it specifically.
Okay.
You didn't enjoy playing the game at all from the moment you started. In fact, I remember you actually did make it to Traverse Town, but then you asked me if you could stop playing.
Wow.
I've had enough now.
So I've had enough of this now, yeah. But then, later on, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. And I don't know what compelled me to get Kingdom Hearts 2.
It was my sanctuary. It was my sanctuary.
It probably was. I remember playing the first... now, the first part of Kingdom Hearts 2 is a bit of a drag. Because I'm expecting to play as Sora. I knew about Sora, but I'm playing as Roxas. Mm-hmm. So that is kind of a drag. I remember I have a friend who played it, and he almost stopped playing the game because, he didn't like the first much.
The first 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours so much.
The first 3 hours, and then the title shows up, Kingdom Hearts 2.
But after that, I really fell in love with it. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2 was my jam for a long time. So much that I then went back and bought Kingdom Hearts 1, played that all the way, and enjoyed it. You know, it was funny. It was I kind of treated Kingdom Hearts 1 like a prequel for me to show how, you know. But it's funny. I was missing a story in between.
And then there's Chain of Memories.
I was about to get that. Kingdom Hearts 2. I love that game. I really loved it. I loved Kingdom Hearts 1. It was so fun playing in a level with Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and all these other characters. It was great. The boss fights in Kingdom Hearts 2 were so ball-bustingly hard, but when I finally figured it out and beat them, when I finally beat Sephiroth,
oh, I'm sure
that was amazing.
Yeah,
I actually just played a Kingdom Hearts 2 all the way until I leveled up all the way to 99, just to say I got there to 99. The gameplay, everything was great. So and I love the soundtrack. I would be on the treadmill listening to the Kingdom Hearts 2 soundtrack, which is one of my favorite video game soundtracks. So I really dig it. My feelings toward Kingdom Hearts started to change with the release of Chain of Memories. I fucking hate that game. Sorry.
Was not my favorite either.
Yes, I know Bill likes that game, and I understand where he's coming from. And I know he keeps telling me that, hey, man, you need to try Riku story. It's so good. I'm like, man, I'm sorry. It lost me. I just wasn't a fan of the card system. I just don't like that game. I like the story to see how it connects, but give me a cutscenes on a YouTube. I'll watch that and not play that. The thing then, what happened is they started releasing all the other games to other consoles, and I didn't have access to it. Not like Will did. So I really just kind of fell off of it, and I just kind of drifted away. I just didn't really care anymore. Birth by Sleep then came along, and I was interested in it, but again, I didn't have access to it, so I only liked it from afar. Finally, Kingdom Hearts, the 1.5 and 2.5 collections came out, and I finally started playing Birth by Sleep, and I was really digging it. And then I had my accident a couple years ago where I sliced my left thumb, and I had to have surgery to repair it. And so I was like in a cast for like a month, so I couldn't play any games. And other things came along, and unfortunately I kind of fell off of it. I want to try to get back into it, but there's just like all these other games coming out. But anyway, then I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. I have followed the Kingdom Hearts story from afar. I've seen Will. We did a Let's Play of Dream Drop Distance, and I watched Will play it. And so I kind of got that one, and that was cool. With Tron Legacy being in that one. It's funny, though, that you have all these collections, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8, yet I still can't play those versions because they're exclusive on the PlayStation 4.
Yep.
And I have an Xbox One, so again, I'm on the outside looking in. So that's why when I late last year, I was like, man, I'm so happy for Will. He finally gets to play Kingdom Hearts 3. What? PS4 and Xbox One? Oh, snap. I can play Kingdom Hearts 3 too. Then why didn't let you have me access to these other ones? I was like, okay.
Yeah, it really is an unfortunate, like, oh my god, don't do this to the Xbox fans. They're going to be lost.
Yeah. So I still plan on getting it and playing it. I know Will is going to beat it way before I do. And so I know he's going to come out with his review, and I'm probably not going to watch it. But when I do, it's just going to be fun to finally see the end of this story. Extra thing, I hope Aqua stays a heel.
Get out!
I like villainous Aqua. I think that's kind of cool. So I've had a very up and down history with Kingdom Hearts, but I am looking forward to the third part because I thought this was a game that we were never going to get. It's amazing to think that Kingdom Hearts 2 came out the same year that Tomb Raider Legend did. We're finally getting Kingdom Hearts 3. The actual Kingdom Hearts 3.
15 years later.
That's my convoluted history when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. Go, Bill.
Kingdom Hearts is right up there with Tales of Eternia it's one of the franchises that I absolutely love. Because whereas Tales of Eternia was the perfect game for our family at the right time, because our family were going through like tough times and we weren't close at that time, and it was the game that we bonded over because we played it together, and it was technically sort of, I guess you could say, the true gateway into the RPG love.
You're talking about Eternia?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why Tales of Eternia, it means so much to me, because it did a whole lot of things.
Yes.
And even the game on itself, I hold it in such high regard because artistically, gameplay-wise, it really is a magnificent game that doesn't get the credit that it deserves because it came out at such an awkward time and it was poorly marketed. So yeah, I hold that game really high up there. Will always be my favorite, one of my all-time favorite games. Love it to death. Kingdom Hearts is right up there because it is also a defining part of me. Because when I was a baby, as a toddler, like the first movies I was ever shown, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people can relate to this, were Disney cartoons. And this was, I guess, at the time when they were re-releasing the classic Disney films on VHS, and I had them all. So the first movie that I ever watched was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And it went on from there. I got to see Pinocchio. I got to see Bambi. I got to see Dumbo. I got to see the Disney Renaissance as it was happening. I got to see The Little Mermaid. I got to see Aladdin. I got to see The Lion King. I got to see Pixar happen. I got to see Toy Story, A Bug's Life. All of this was a huge defining part of my childhood, and Disney had always been there. I used to go, even as a toddler, at the age of 2, I was at Disneyland, and I got to see Mickey Mouse. I remember Disney just always being there, always being a part of me. I loved the movies to death, and I even had and as everybody knows, even when I was young, like, I didn't have to choose between the console wars. I had an NES, I had a Super Nintendo, I had a Sega Genesis, I had the PlayStation, and when they had like Aladdin on Sega Genesis, I had it. When they had the Disney video games by Capcom, I had them. So I was able to enjoy these video games and all this really cool stuff. And then when I got more into broadening my horizons with video games, I got into like well-known franchises, Castlevania, and of course our deceased cousin William was usually the gateway to introducing me into these other franchises. So Castlevania, you name it, like a lot of them, a lot of them I did discover on my own. Like Mega Man X I discovered on my own. And then we discovered RPGs. Like, I would actually get video game magazines, and that's where I heard about Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was the biggest RPG name, and I remember when I first played Final Fantasy and I didn't get it, and I was just like, why are they doing all the attacking, and why am I just pressing a button and watching them attack? I want to be the one to go up there and hit them with the sword. And I hated that. I was just like, can I turn that off? So, yeah, I remember when I played Final Fantasy VIII for the first time, it was so frustrating because, like, I'm walking around into school and there's so much talking and they're like, when am I going to hit stuff? And then I finally get to a part where I'm outside on the world map and I'm like, oh, okay, this looks different. And then I get into a fight and I see the character pull out their sword. I'm like, okay, yeah, now we're talking. And I'm like, what's this? Attack? Like, do all the various other things like attack, defend, stalk, and then I hit attack, like, okay, I want to attack, and then all of a sudden my character goes up and hits the enemy and runs back. It's like, what? Like, no. So yeah, obviously my first impression with RPGs was not strong, but that got better later. And then I discovered all these really cool characters in video game magazines, like Cloud Strife. I remember seeing him for the first time in video game magazines. I'm like, oh, wow, this guy looks really cool. He's got a big, huge-ass sword. His hair looks nice. Yeah, and there he is right there on my shelf. And so, yeah, I got to see all of these really cool characters, and video games were also a huge part of my life. Like, so Disney and video games was it's part of who I am. And in 2002, when I saw the TV commercial for Kingdom Hearts, where it had all of these Disney characters, like Bambi being running around, and this anime wasn't a thing yet, but this new main character that I had never seen wielding a weapon that I had never seen before, like a key? Like, is that a giant key that he's using? Wow, that's so weird. And then all of a sudden I saw a shot in the commercial where you see Cloud from Final Fantasy's walking, like, what is this? Like, this looks amazing. This looks and it's playing simple and clean in the background. Simple and clean. Hold me. It's like, This, like, go right now and look up the Kingdom Hearts 2002 TV commercial. That commercial was absolutely fucking amazing. That it tells you nothing about the game, but the visuals and everything about it is just like yes, yes, yes. Like Daniel Bryan, yes, yes, yes. like I want this, and so yes, from the very beginning of 2002, I was pissed because it was a PlayStation 2 exclusive, and I had a GameCube. And I was just like, no, it's not on GameCube. So, despite me really loving my GameCube and having Super Smash Bros. Melee and all of the cool, and Sonic Adventure 2 and all that, I did sell my GameCube and all of my games and controllers for it, and I was just able to afford a PlayStation 2 and a copy of the game. So from there, I played Kingdom Hearts, and I have been a loyal part of the franchise since day one. Somehow, I was also lucky enough to own every console that every sequel came out on. Yeah. So that didn't hinder me. The only time when it got a little hindering was when they announced 358 Over 2 Days, Birth by Sleep, and Coded. 358 and Birth by Sleep were on PSP and DS, which I managed to have, so that wasn't a problem. Coded, however, was exclusive to the Japanese cell phone. That was going to be a challenge, but I was like, so am I willing to buy a Japanese phone, import it, and see if I can find a way to get the copy of the game on it? Fortunately, it didn't matter, because eventually they announced right away that they're going to port the game to the Nintendo DS and pad it out, and that was interesting. So yeah, I've been a part of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. It's a major part of me because it really touches my soul in that I grew up with Disney. It's been a major part of my life, and it puts all of these characters in a game that I can literally interact and run around and fight with them and evil. And it's also touching the video game part of me where we have these really badass, cool characters from Final Fantasy that never in a million years would you ever think these characters could realistically cross over. And it just proved that it can work. And so I'm not alone.
This far, and yet understand.
And still you understand nothing. Every light must fade. Every heart will turn to darkness.
I still have that on my memory card.
I know it sounds cheesy and corny and stuff, but that's how much I absolutely love this. I don't care to hear anybody's negative opinions on how much they don't like it or they think it's dumb. I don't care. Wow, I cannot fathom the extent of how much I don't care and how much I think they're wrong. Because clearly they are doing something right. The fact that Kingdom Hearts has touched millions of people, and that the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 is one of the most hyped games with people absolutely... Clearly, I'm not alone here. Clearly, a lot of other people must be in the same shoes that I am, where Disney has been a part of their lives in childhood, and it touched them. And this game touches them in that way, and it does me too. It really connects with our hearts in a very cheesy way, but you know what? I'm all for it, and that's what it means to me. So, there you go.
So, there you have it. That's our love for Kingdom Hearts 3. So, George, any Kingdom Hearts? George, any final thoughts on the Kingdom Hearts series as we go into 3?
Not much. Just I am looking forward now to Kingdom Hearts 3, which is coming out in weeks now. Oh my god.
So, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be a very emotional time for me. Like during the entire week that the game, like even before the
Will will be a woman.
Sending boxes of Kleenex.
Unfortunately, the game is going to be coming out 5 days early in Japan, and so I'm going to be off the internet. I'm going to be off the grid. Yes. Like, you will not find me. You can call me on the phone, but you will not be able to talk to me on the internet in any way, shape, or form, because I don't want to see a thumbnail on YouTube or its recommended page. I don't want to scroll down my Facebook wall and somebody posted a spoiler. I don't want to be on Twitter and get notifications.
Will is not going to be eaten. He's not going to shave. He's going to grow a sweet-ass beard. He's going to be stinking.
The musk will be strong.
The musk will be strong. Come into my room with your under caution.
So yeah, I'm going to be a complete...
Might be naked.
Yeah, maybe. Might be naked. I will be a complete Amish hermit for like 2 weeks while the game comes out.
That's how you do it.
It's going to be incredibly emotional. I imagine I'm going to cry a lot. There's going to Hey, it's an emotional series. I mean, say what you will about its writing. Maybe it is a little sloppily done because it's made up as it goes along, so what? But the way they write these characters are so genuine. You just want these characters to survive. You love the characters. So yeah, it's going to be emotional. Utada Hikaru and her music. Oh my god, the woman is a genius. Like, let me face my fears. Like, her music is outstanding. So yeah, guys, I cannot wait. Oh, here it comes. Here come the tears.
He's not even going to
Bring on
make
Kingdom
it.
Hearts 3. Yeah, bring on Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm ready for it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to leave your comments down below. And until next time...
You've been watching the Brotherhoodofgaming.com. Be sure to check out our official website. We may have merchandise soon. Tell us what kind of merchandise you would like to buy. Would you like a coffee mug with my face on it? I know.
Toilet paper with Will's face on it? The Brotherhood of Gaming toilet paper. Brotherhood of Gaming the flamethrower. The Brotherhood of Gaming cereal.
It's adorable.
Brotherhood of Gaming the doll.
So, thank you guys. I've been William Morris.
We better not make a raw plushie because I think Nintendo might be mad at us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. God damn it.
All right. I'm Eugene Morris.
And I'm George Kofka. Thanks for joining us.
And we will see you next time.
Later.